I didn't show them anything. I changed my mind. So, and I didn't say anything to them. My only comment was, do I need to say something? And they were like, no.
Do you think then maybe it would be accurate to say that like just that game against the Lynx kind of maybe pushed the team to be more intentional, to take more threes?
Well, I think they're a lot more willing to take them when they're hitting them, right? Sometimes they miss a couple open ones and they quit shooting. And that, I was like, I don't know if you've ever played for a coach that will pull you for not shooting, but I will pull you for not shooting. As long as it's a good looking three, I mean, great, shoot it all day. The ball movement was the difference today. The ball movement, the ball was popping. I thought there was a couple possessions where we overpassed at times, which I'm like, that's a better problem to have than the other way. Like, let me reel that one back in. That's a better problem to have than not passing enough.
And then also, we've been doing a lot of the grading analogy, test-taking grading analogy on the defensive end. What grade would you give?
I will give us an A+ in the first half and a D in the second half.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room?
Thank you. So going off of that answer, in the first half, there was roughly 7 possessions where you guys held them to a shot under 5 seconds and 4 full violations. What was working so well, especially the perimeter defense in the first half?
Just not being behind in the first action. When you're behind in the first action, you're playing just catch up the whole possession. When you guard the actions, the first 8 to 12 seconds, now you're keeping in front. Now they're starting to press because they haven't created an advantage yet for themselves. So just being locked in and not being beat on that first initial action. I thought the other night we were beat 4 seconds into the shot clock. Like, that can't happen. You can't run one action and now it's just a domino effect of trying to cover for each other. And everybody did a better job of being more assertive and guarding that first 8 to 10 seconds.
Andrew on Zoom. Andrew.
Thanks a lot, as always, Coach. With how you felt, how you defended Kate Martin today, with how she had her struggles and you know her strengths well. So how you felt that you handled Kate there, and I know you and Natalie had the hug, knowing that you're going to face each other again on Wednesday. So how much better does your team need to be even more than just today?
I mean, I think there's some things that we're going to have to do better. Obviously, the offensive rebounding, we're going to have to block out better when we go to Golden State. Kate, you know, she has a quick trigger. We know that. We know who she is. So I would like her to not get that many threes off, but she did. But I do feel like quite a few of them were rushed, difficult, and not a lot of them were super clean where she could just get her feet set. And that's a tribute to our defense in the second and third effort. And sometimes it's a scramble effort, you know, but those kind of things matter. And, you know, I don't know if it was completely all of us. She missed a couple, but I do think early on, especially in that first half, we put them under duress for a lot of the shot clock.
Last one for Coach. We'll go to Nikias.
Hi, Coach. I hope this hasn't been asked about yet, but I wanted to ask about the defense. There were a lot of early empty side actions from Golden State tonight, and it felt like you mixed in more unders than usual. Just how did you feel that the team executed that?
I thought they executed pretty well. Just keeping the ball in the man in front of you. Like, as basic as that sounds, that's really the goal of our defense every night, is to stay between the man and the basket, the ball in the basket. And so I thought the schemes, but part of it is the execution of the schemes, you know, not allowing those rollers to get behind. I thought Minnesota, a lot of times Fee was getting behind us, and then it just puts you in rotations, and they're just a killer when you don't stay between your man and the basket. The other thing is, you know, you're not going to stop everything, but you want to get, if you are going to get beat, you want to get beat in ways that there's an infrastructure that can help absorb it behind it. There's a way to get beat defensively, and we want to be able to give each other good support when those areas get exposed. You know, it's not going to be perfect. People make mistakes. It's a lot of decision making in a short amount of time. So the team defense has to keep coming along. I don't want anybody feeling like they're on an island defensively. And I think, I thought, like I said, I thought we were very good in the first half. Second half, not as much. But that's that lock-in factor that I'll keep pressing for them. I'll keep pressing and keep coaching the standard for 40 minutes.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Questions for Jewel in the room?
Joel, you tied a franchise record for 3-pointers in a game with 7. Just curious, obviously, like shooting performances like that don't come around too often, but you're not a stranger to them. So what did it feel like to just kind of get back in that rhythm? And when did you know, like, okay, this is going to be a hot 3-point shooting game for me?
I don't really think that. I just try to keep my feet moving, stay active. I think when the ball moves the way it does, it has energy. So you just try to be in the right spot. And we were just playing with such a lightness to us today. And we were just moving the ball. So I was just trying to be where I need to be, and teammates found me. And it was cool to see everyone, happy.
Yeah, you mentioned seeing everybody happy. I saw a video where it was your mom dancing, and she was like behind Megan Gustafson. They're like doing the same dance, cheering for you during a game like this one. Are you able to even like catch
No,
glimpses
not at
of
all.
stuff like that?
Also, my mom's like, she's in her own world half the time, so she enjoys the game and she's her own entertainment all the time. So, it's cool that everyone kind of gets to experience that. And obviously, when your team's playing well, the fans are super engaged as well. So, yeah, my mom is her own celebrity.
And then also kind of just wanted to ask you what the tone of this game felt like for you. Obviously, you took that big like shoulder check and you went down
It was
hard.
to the jaw.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
to the jaw.
Yeah.
Did it feel like maybe tensions rose as like the gap in scoring grew, or what did it feel like?
I mean, to that play, she's a rookie, right? Yeah. I was always taught by DT, never poke the bear. I mean, you get frustrated. Everyone kind of goes through it, but it's interesting. You hit someone and walk the other way. So it's life. But I think all of us were kind of fed up with just the late pushes in the back. I think we suggested that to the refs. Asia got attacked for it as well. It's we want to protect each other as much as we can in our bodies and what we do. And when things kind of get out of hand, things like that happen. So I think it's kind of a mix of both. It's that refs could probably be more aware and see things, see the flow, and us players are obviously talking to each other, making sure that we're protecting ourselves. But when a situation like that happens, it definitely set the tone for us, and they definitely gave us life.
Thank you.
Jewel, right in the middle. You've done some work with Sherry Riley on your interpersonal growth to help your career and then your mental fortitude along the way. How important has that been for you in a season like this, where this team has faced a number of different challenges? And do you still continue to do that kind of work?
Of course. Yeah. Sherry's been amazing. It's like year 4 working with her. So the last 4 seasons has been, ups and downs and good times, bad times. I think that's what you kind of have to, for me, understand that, you got to take the bitter with the sweet always. And working with her, it's kind of just helped me understand, my value, my greatness. And as much as I hate things about me, it's sometimes you got to celebrate yourself. And I'm getting used to doing that regardless of, the outcomes of, the wins and losses. It's just sometimes you could find the little wins, and I appreciate that. And so it's been really great to work with her, but also share what I'm learning with my teammates and people I interact with. And it's bigger than basketball. And I always say that. And, I'm so big on people. And so the investment in people, my teammates, mean the more to me than anything else. So if I'm doing that, I'm doing my job.
Jewel, since you made the adjustment of coming off the bench, we've seen a little bit more production from you scoring wise. Is this the outcome that you wanted to see being moved to the bench or coming out of the starting lineup?
I just want to help my team, whatever that looks like at any moment, and I feel like, I'm not scared to change things up. I'm not afraid. I have so much confidence in everyone on this roster. And, I just felt like it, we needed something else, and it allowed us to play the way we've been playing. And like I said, I don't care about, the record of, the most starts and all these things. Everyone kind of, you guys, basically your jobs of finding all that information out. I didn't care about that. It was really just, how can I help this team? And if that's going to help, then cool. If it doesn't, we could go back to it. But why not change it up?
Last question will go to Willie on Zoom. Last question, Willie.
Hey, Jewel, during the broadcast, they had made mention, I believe, of a pregame interview with, I want to say KB, and she had said that Asia reached out. I don't know if that was a group text but they had made it a point that she reached out to everybody, so I would assume it was a group text. But the key phrase was, "This is never going to happen to this team again." Was that in the group? Did you get that? Was it a call? Does that sound familiar? I'm just curious how important that was to hear from the face of not just this franchise of the league after yesterday to set the tone for today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to make that a habit of losing like what. And the biggest thing for us is just communicating with each other, and we all took accountability for that. And obviously having, Asia come out and say that and remind us of what we're doing, why we played the game, and just to, obviously watch that game come in today ready. And that all sat with us. I mean, we all had our moments in the locker room the other night and just trying to figure out, how can we come back and rally? And we did that. And so it's a testament to her character, but also the character of this team is that, things are going to be hard at times, but how do we respond to it and how do we collectively do it? And it wasn't just put on one person. It was all of us. We all win together, we all lose together. And, that's just a reflection of, the character of our MVP.
All right. Thank you, Jewel. We'll go to questions for Asia in the room.
Asia, I didn't actually hear the interview that was being referenced there, so I'm not sure what they're talking about. Did you give what was it? Like you were telling the team, like, basically this is never going to happen again, and did you call every player? It sounded like that's what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's got to fill me in. I honestly don't know, but I feel like one thing I did do is send a message to them, and just say, if you weren't embarrassed from yesterday, then don't come into this gym. You're not needed or wanted here. We need the mindset to shift because that was embarrassing. And it happens. We have those games. People have those games. Teams have those games. But it's like, how do you bounce back from that? What are your true feelings? If you just think, oh, well, that's that game, absolutely not. So that was my message that I relayed to them, and getting them to the same mindset that we can all have, that we have to play for each other. That's the only way we win anything, not even just a championship. Just winning life it's just not always going to be individuals. It's not always going to be just the stars. It's going to take all of us. So I wanted to make sure that all of us understood that.
And then also wanted to ask you, it felt like you took more, like you looked to shoot more threes than you normally would tonight. I'm just wondering, was that like an intentional choice, and what influenced that?
Not at all. Honestly, they were just giving me the looks, and I'm going to continue to shoot them. A lot of different teams may not give me those certain looks, or I feel like I could get past the defender that's in front of me. So this game, probably also just tired in legs. I mean, we're coming off of a back-to-back, so that was pretty much the best shot that I felt like I could take at the moment. But definitely moving forward, I'm going to try to get up as many threes as I can that's in the flow of our offense.
And then I'm not trying to get you in trouble with this one, but I know you got a tech tonight, and I didn't see what happened. I just was wondering if you could like contextualize it for me.
Yeah, and I mean, I had a conversation with Jenna, and I appreciate her reaching out and trying to figure out how we can solve the problem at hand. And I mean, the biggest thing was, as bigs, we kind of get beat up a lot, not even kind of, but we do in certain cases. And sometimes when a guard or a little is guarding us, I'm pretty sure the ref kind of leads towards like, oh, they're smaller than you, you're supposed to do this. And that's not always the case. Sometimes we just got to make the call. And I know refs are at a hard place, especially reffing probably me, because sometimes I feel like you don't want to blow the whistle at all, because we'll be blowing the whistle all day. And that's a lot of players in this league. But sometimes I just wanted it to be fair, because the next call down, she calls a foul on me for something that I'm like, of course you'll call that one. So yeah, we had a great exchange there, and hopefully we can continue to grow. But I think we always talk about us getting better and how we like to change the game, and you see different teams and different players execute and be elite at what they do, and hopefully that they can start playing catch up in that sense as well. So just come some conversations, and I'm never going to be afraid to talk to a ref.
Going over 100 tonight, Asia. Obviously, you're an integral part of this team from an offensive standpoint, but got to get your take on the combination of Jackie, obviously Jewel, and of course Chelsea getting more involved when it came to the offense tonight in this performance for you guys.
It's about damn time they come to work. Those are my guards, and I love them to death. And I know it's not easy doing what they do and playing on both sides of the basketball, but it is about damn time for something to click for them because I see the countless gym hours. I see the frustration because they know that they're not out here trying to miss shots. So I'm so happy, particularly Jewel, to have a night like this because this is a Jewel that I think everyone knows and loves and has been so familiar with. And it takes time and it takes a minute. So I'm glad that she was able to have this. But when it comes to my guards and just executing mine and Chelsea's turnovers, I think this was a solid job. And I think we're on the up and up when it comes to their production. So I'm super excited and happy that they're finally starting to click for us.
So you mentioned, tired legs, but if you watch the first half, you would not be able to tell that by how you guys were playing on defense. What worked so well in that first half, particularly perimeter, inside, everything? What was working so well?
I feel like our pace. I think we came out with a mindset of pushing the pace on both sides of the basketball. And when you're playing against a young team that's moving and grooving like the Valkyries, you got to be on your P's and Q's because they will just pick you apart. So I think we came out with a fact of let's try to slow down their pace, but that doesn't mean we have to slow down as well. So on the defensive end, we talked, we communicated, you could hear the voices, and that's how we're able to just kind of execute on the defensive end.
In the room before we go to Zoom. Andrew Jones on Zoom.
Thank you very much, Carolina Carly. As always, the pride of South Cat. Always good to see you on there.
Thank you.
First, you talk about Coach wearing the butterfly blue blazer on for this Sunday in terms of Coach Hammond retiring. And also, Janelle Saloon, that moment when she chest bumped Jewel. Jewel said that woke up the bear. So you talk about that wild moment of her basically cheap shotting Jewel, honestly.
I'm gonna ride with my teammates no matter what. Like it is what it is what it is when it comes to my teammates, and if that's what it takes, then it woke her up. But it shouldn't even have to get to that point. Honestly, I feel like Jewel had this in her, no matter what. Did it have to come out that way? Oh, okay. But when it comes to things like that, we're gonna always ride for our teammates, and I'm glad Jewel did better than me. I knew I had to hold her quick because I saw Jewel about to snap. But I love that. I love when they could get greedy like that and get gritty like that, and we can really buckle down for one another. So shout out to Jewel for holding it down.
We'll end with Nikias on Zoom.
Hey, Asia, congratulations on the win. Just a quick one from me. Just generally, how do you approach back-to-backs? Like, what of your routine changes, if at all? When prepping for those?
What are the routine changes? Honestly, nothing. Nothing really changes. I may just get a longer massage or I might be on the table longer. But nothing really changes like for me mentally or my body. I honestly just think about it. Every Bill Laimbeer taught me treat every game day like just be ready by 7:00. And that's my mindset, whether we play at noon, whether we play at 3, whether we actually play at 7 or 8, my mindset is like 7:00 is going to be my game time. So once I get there, nothing else matters. So honestly, if we didn't get smacked by 50, 100 yesterday, I would have forgot that we even played the day before because that's just my mindset. I just kind of flip it on and I'm just like, hey, I got to get ready by 7. So that was my approach. So every day is pretty much a game day in my sense.
All right. Thank you, Asia.
Thank you.